For the past couple of days, we've been having this discussion on how to transform the recession into a profitable future. It actually started or was kicked off with an open Zoom meetup that we did a couple of days ago. And we had some very profound discussion about experiences that different brothers and sisters were having in their business and entrepreneurial career, where they faced economic uncertainty or challenges or even recessions before. So you can imagine just the scope of people who've had some experiences from 9/11, from the tech crash, of course, the Great Recession of 2007 and 2008, and then even moving forward to this pandemic and how that really impacted the not just the entrepreneurial and business life of individuals, but just your life period. And so we started this conversation because the purpose of it was to give us a thinking process on how to deal with the current economic uncertainties and the I guess the recession. I was thinking of the term that the term that Jamie Dimon, that's his name. I had a brain freeze there for a minute. Jamie Dimon called it an economic hurricane approaching, right? So an upcoming recession, but he thinks it's going to be worse than a recession. So we wanted to kind of talk to brothers and sisters about a thinking process to prepare you for something like that. You know, that I once encountered those 5 P's, right? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So if we know that an economic hurricane is coming or a great recession is approaching again greater than 2008, or as Jamie Dimon said, something that could even get into the arenas of the Great Depression of 1929, and that lasted years, a decade, that was only brought out, or America only came out of that because of a war, World War II. So there's a lot of economic history that shows that this is not abnormal. However, what is probably kind of mysterious is how do each of us as individuals deal with it? And in particular, you know, my passion is Black entrepreneurs and Black business owners. How we deal with it and how we prepare for it. So I can't go into everything that was shared. It was just some great strategies from the brothers and sisters who've had experience in all of these different areas and all of these different industries and what they did. I can't go through all of that. So I would say that the next meetup we have that's open, you should definitely want to be in the room and share your experiences of how you handle situations. Now, of course, the next meetup, we probably won't be talking about transforming the recession into future profits, but I try to select relevant topics that we're dealing with, right? You know, at this present time, and how to overcome them, and using these thinking processes, the experiences of different brothers and sisters who have been in these different spaces and how they've overcome them. I've found that that is probably one of the best exercises to help an individual. I can give you a book, now I can give you a course, but nothing is better than being in an immersive environment where you're learning firsthand from brothers and sisters who have a different experience and who can probably give you some insight in some direction. And so you probably want to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You may want to follow me on Facebook or wherever you're watching this video, like, and most importantly, share the video, because this is for brothers and sisters, period, who may be facing some challenges. And here's a thinking process. So I'm going to give you a summary of the thinking process. Again, I can't go through everything in such a short video, but I do want to give you a summary of what we talked about and how you can use at least these couple steps in a thinking process to help you prepare for not just the eventual economic uncertainties that we're facing, but any scary time or uncertainty that you may face it's important to not just let these situations happen and we just have knee-jerk reactions. And what a lot of us do, we just panic. And that's really what we're trying to get, of not panicking, but being able to pause, go through a thinking process, and know that you're equipped already with the tools that would help you to get through it. And why are you prepared? Because you've gone through something before and you just don't know how to draw from that. And that's what this thinking process does. And so again, brothers and sisters shared some very profound insights, again, not just with the meetup. We followed up that night with we call it after hours, something that I'm trying in the masses of business, because some people can't get on our regular office hours. And so we said, well, let's do something in the evening for those who can't get on. And so we're testing that to see how that goes. But we picked right up and started talking about it then. And then, like I said, the following day, which was yesterday, we got right back into it in office hours. And again, more profound and powerful insights were shared by brothers and sisters on how to prepare themselves for any type of scary time or economic uncertainty or recessions. And it's, I took a lot of notes. And again, I can't share all of those things with you. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you get on the email list. Go to brobedford.com to just get on my email list so I can let you know about all of the free meetups that we'll be doing. We're going to start doing those more regularly because I think they are very helpful. Brothers and sisters have questions, and there are other brothers and sisters who have answers. We just got to begin to connect with each other and connect the dots. So then let me just go through this real quick on how to transform the recession into a profitable future. Everyone, the thinking exercise that we asked everyone to do was to go back and just revisit. In this case, we just said one or two. But as many of your scary times as you faced, or economic uncertainties that you faced, again, some have been in business longer than others, some just starting up. So maybe you don't have a long track record, but you face some economic uncertainty. So you kind of want to just go back to that point and list that, and then just take some inventory real quick about the lessons that you've learned during that time. What were the skills that you developed? Did you get better, right? What was it that allowed you to get better during that time period? But here's where it starts to get very good, because now if you face some economic challenges before, you faced recessions before, you probably end up having to take what you knew, your knowledge or your skills, your experience or other resources, and then you had to begin to create a new opportunity for yourself. Or you looked and found a new opportunity that was created because of the economic uncertainty. Or you may have found a new way of doing business. That was one of the big things that came out of our meetup, is that a couple of people were able to share how when 2007 and 2008 hit, that Great Recession, the current businesses that they were in, they learned some things, they accumulated some knowledge, some experience, some resources. But then when that economic uncertainty, that Great Recession hit, they literally had to reinvent themselves and took advantage of a new way of doing business. And here's the best part: they made more money doing that new thing than they did when they were doing that old thing. So this is the thinking process that I want you to kind of write these questions down, kind of practice them, go over them, and be prepared for when something happens to kind of take stock of your past skills, your knowledge. Again, the relationships, I almost left that out. That was critically important. That some people had just some phenomenal relationships that they were able to tap into, and it allowed them to transform themselves in the midst of the Great Recession or even the pandemic, based upon the relationships that they had. So take stock of your knowledge, your skills, your resources, your relationships, and then really look at them and see how you can use those past successes, what worked. Now that gives you a foundation now for what's to come. And you use those skill sets to kind of help you to overcome. And in this case, just really transform yourself in this new environment into something better, something brighter, something more efficient, something, a lean, mean machine, whatever, however you want to phrase it. But if you're not prepared or using this type of thinking process, there's a saying, we get caught with our pants down, right? Or we get caught when something happens and we panic and we don't know what to do. And it's my desire to kind of make sure that myself and those who are in my sphere of influence, who are in my groups and in my network, to kind of at least say, here's a thinking process. Take a deep breath, look at your past experiences. What knowledge, what skills did you develop in the Great Recession or the pandemic or whenever? How did you use that? And can you bring that same skill set today in the face of this recession or these economic uncertainties, these trials, and transform yourself so that you can have a better, brighter, bigger future to come? So this is your brother Bedford. I hope this was helpful. Again, share this with someone that you think may need to have a thinking process, a tool that they can have, a thinking tool, a thinking process that will help them in times of economic uncertainty. And then, of course, if this recession is everything that some of them are predicting, it's best that we're prepared and take stock and inventory of what we have so that we can face it and come out victorious. So this is your brother Bedford. I'd love to hear your feedback. Comment below the video. Again, share, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you soon.